watched you quilt all day.
I won't be quilting if we do combat.
Hello, and welcome to the Beaker Show. Hope you all are ready for today. Jumping in with session 85, where we are in the sewers again. We got hopefully some combat and some lore to cover today. So sit back, get your pencils ready, and hope you enjoy the show. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and grab our players and just get a quick recap and jump on into things. Alright, so jumping back in here, quick recap for everybody. We picked up last session on the heels of Bink escaping from a mind flayer in one of Fagin's establishments. You guys took some time to heal up in the sewers here, and you were approached by a interesting being who you came to recognize eventually as Sergeant Haz Yoram from your days back in Lelion. Quite a while ago. It's been a minute since you'd seen this guy, and apparently he was now a mind flayer. He tried to strike a deal with you guys, a bargain. It seemed like he was vying for your help, offering that he was trying to meet the same ends that you were, which was to take down this sovereign that had supposedly turned him and was controlling him via some sort of magical headband. You had some conversations, you had some dealings, you peeked into his memories a little bit, and not necessarily trusting him, though at least for the moment, a slight partnership. You offered to exchange information about trying to find the Zentrum hideout. He would work the city streets, and you guys would check down here in the sewers. After that, you guys received bouts of messages in your head asking for you to come and free them. You're not really sure who or what it was, just a message saying to release me. You guys kind of didn't really go for it at first, and then the voice's tactics got a little more deadly as it tried to control you, taking control of Bink for a little while and almost causing him to drown himself. You eventually got him out of it, and not agreeing to the voice, but at least heading towards it to see what was going on. You found yourselves in a sealed off area of the sewers. It was a large gate behind which a giant figure was slamming itself against this wall. Through some investigation and some conversation, you found out that this being was in fact the original sovereign, who is an elder brain that had attached himself to the body of a dragon. So he is now an elder brain dragon. If anybody wants to look up the stat block. Yeah. Told you that he was being controlled by another being who was calling himself the Sovereign, and had indeed taken over the Zentrum and kicked this elder brain out. Some other entity that was actually the one that you guys were looking for is what he was stating. And you agreed to shut down the headband that was controlling him long enough for him to try and remove it, so that hopefully maybe you guys could work together, or you could at least get some more information. You weren't really sure whether or not to trust him wholly, as he told you not to in the first place. But you at least agreed to start with that. You guys, knowing that this dragon would be out of commission while he was trying to remove the headband, locked the doors behind you and went to stand guard outside. And as he began the process of removing the headband, you guys set up some defensive measures, expecting something to come to try and stop him from taking this band off. And sure enough, no people showed up, no mind flayers showed up so far, but you did see a school of what appeared to be some really gross looking octopi type fish swimming very quickly through the water towards you, which many of you quickly recognized, well, kind of recognized, at least pieced together that these were some very young looking aboleths, which were creatures of myth, creatures of legend, nothing that you thought actually existed, But yet, here they were before you, screaming and yelling fish that were coming down this causeway. And that's where we ended. So that's where we're going to pick up. So, jumping back into the session here. A couple of things to note on the screen. I am currently using a mini that looks like a narwhal. This mini will represent a handful of these fish. Because they are going to kind of occupy the same space and they've got a very similar target. So this is going to represent, 5 or 6 of these fish each. So keep that in mind. But this is where they are. This is where you guys decided to take up positions. So, to kick things off, just have everybody roll some initiative for me.
Oh, goodness.
That's up there.
That speaker set up right?
Looks like it. All right. All right, let's see what we got. So it looks like our initiative is going to be as follows. We're going to start with Callie.
Ew. That's impressive. She rolled low.
Yep. Then Bink. Then the Aboleths. Then Lalia. Then Zanzibar. I believe that's everybody. So, top of initiative with Callie.
Alright.
Whenever you're ready, just let me know what you'd like to do.
Oh, okay. Remind me where I am on here. I'm tucked behind Peter.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of them swimming towards us there.
Yep. You can
In
see.
narwhal formation.
Yeah, you can see one small group so far.
Okay. Let's start off relatively small. She's gonna peek her head around the side of Peter, and her eyes go black for a moment as she reaches her hand out, and a resounding bell sounds from the ether as she will cast Toll the Dead on one of them.
All right. Make sure apparently I closed their stat block.
That's alright.
Right, what's the save?
It is a wisdom save of 19.
That's a 5.
Okie dokie. So that is 19 points of necrotic damage.
Cool. You got it.
And as her eyes clear, hold on, let me see here. I think that's gonna be it. I don't think she's gonna take a bonus action.
Okay. She's gonna stay where she's at.
Yep. kind of hang out. Wait for things to get more exciting.
Awesome sauce. Right, and that will bring us to Bink.
How many targets can I see?
Right now, we're just counting it as one target because they're all in one space. So you can currently see one group.
So is there like as in group, as in you can, there are multiple there and I can only see one, or?
So for the purpose of mechanics, it's one creature. But for the purpose of, like, story, Bink is looking at about 6 or 7 of these aboleths. But mechanically, right now, it's one creature, just called a swarm.
Okay. Bink is gonna cast 6th level chain lightning on it then.
Ooh.
Okie dokie.
Bink's not messing around.
I'm gonna try to zap him in the water.
Get him.
It needs a dexterity saving throw of 19 or more.
Does he have disadvantage because he's in water? Or anything like
Ooh.
that?
I didn't even think about that. I'm like maybe like a tiny bit of extra damage, but I wasn't thinking of disadvantage on that.
No, I thought some of the lightning spells do cause that, but I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, we'll see what
No,
he
I don't
picks.
think so. Never mind. Ignore me.
Alright, dex save
There.
19. That's a 4.
Yeah. So some full damage to it.
Light
Let me
'em up.
double check if it does anything additionally if it fails. No, it just deals full damage. Okay. And the damage is. That's a lot of big numbers. That's
Woo.
57.
Goodness.
Nice. I'll give you this, Bink. As you release this chain lightning on this creature and you see it bouncing back and forth between the multiple entities here, you see that a little bit of it kind of arcs back through the channel into this darkness area that Zan has set up.
Ooh.
So it looks like you might have accidentally gotten a couple extra things that you can't see yet.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Hey, look, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I damaged some extra stuff that we can't see. Alrighty, immediately after that, I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Zan.
Cool.
And I'll end my turn, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Peter hover over the fish with me on his back and start mauling at them from above.
Nice.
Okay.
And let me double check his movement. I'm pretty sure it's 80 flying. Once he starts flying, let me double check. Yep, 80 flying. So then I can land right back afterwards. I don't know if he can stay flying in the air. Can he?
Yeah, Peter has a flying speed. He has wings. He's got enough room down here. He could keep himself aloft for a little bit.
Okay, I'm thinking of temporary wings then. That like if you end your turn, then you like drop wings afterwards if you have like a temporary wing spell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peter just, has wings, so you're good.
Okay. But yeah, he's gonna start mauling at them
Okay.
Hit him.
with his multi-attack, which will use his beak and claws. First beaks and then his claws.
Okay.
We'll go in that order. So
Fight,
his beak
fight,
will
fight.
have 28
Goodness.
to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 8 damage.
Cool.
Go, Peter, go.
And then for his claw attack, 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
As he mauls at them once more with 10 damage.
Cool. So,
And then he'll kind of, while he does that, he'll kind of shimmy his way to the side. Not out of their reach just yet, because I don't know if they can. You know what? Back to the side, actually. I don't care if they do have a chance of opportunity.
okay.
Attack of opportunity. But I'll go
Cool.
back to the side.
So, a couple things here. As you move in,
Alright.
you begin to see, as Peter goes down to make these strikes, that there's this, like, You know, as these creatures are like splashing through the water, obviously they're creating a little bit of mist because the way that they're hitting the water and the way that they're going. But you also see this like foggy, almost sticky cloud that's forming. That as you attack them, you can feel it clinging onto your skin, and Peter feels it like clinging onto his feathers and his fur. And I need both of you to make a Constitution, I believe. Yes, a Constitution saving throw for me.
Alrighty, me again. Oh god, that's a 6.
Uh-oh.
Peter, what is your con? He gets a +3, so D20. I can't see that. 19 + 3. He gets a 22.
Okay. I don't think you're in anybody's aura range.
He might be. Lalia's.
I think I'm a bit far away for Lalia. I'm not gonna lie.
Is she
How far
20
is
feet?
hers?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
just
yeah.
outside.
Oh, just out of range.
Yep. That's all right.
So, Peter will save. Bink, unfortunately, you do not. So, as you make this attack, and as you're flying away, you get that. You get back towards the ledge, and they will take a swipe at Peter. So, let me roll that real quick. That's a 13 to hit Peter.
Does 13? No, with his armor, he has 19 AC.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, Bink, I need you to roll a d4 for me, please.
Alrighty.
Not the D4.
That's a 2.
Okay. Alright, so as you are making your way back to the ledge, Bink, you know, kind of the heat of the moment, the heat of the battle, you breathed in a little bit of this gooey, sticky stuff, and it feels weird. And after a moment, after you get back to the ledge, you start to realize you can't breathe. You can't breathe at all.
How long does Bink have before he suffocates?
That's a good question.
It's minutes equal to your Constitution modifier +1, I think.
Yeah.
So what's your con? What's your plus to con?
3.
So you got 4 minutes.
Okay.
But
Well,
you
at least
feel
Bink, can hold his breath a little bit.
yeah.
Right?
So something that you notice, Bink, is like as you're unable to breathe through your mouth, you start to feel this like burning sensation almost along the sides of your neck. And you kind of put your hands up real quick to feel it. And it almost feels like your neck is starting to open up like gills.
Oh. Wait, now is
Ew.
that a bad thing? Does that mean I can breathe water? Oh wait, can I?
But
Oh my
can you
God,
breathe
wait a
air?
second.
Yeah. You are currently unable to breathe on the surface.
Oh. Oh my God.
But it feels like your neck is sprouting gills. So,
Oh man. Yeah, I had my turn.
awesome. That'll bring us to the aboleths. So they are going to move first. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going to dash. 30. Ignoring all of you. You
Interesting.
see these fish just desperately, like, I'd say sprinting, but they're swimming towards this gate that's blocking them from the Elder Brain. And that's their turn. And that'll bring us to Lalia.
And Lalia's hearing stories of these creatures. Did she happen to ever learn what type of creature they were?
Ooh.
It's okay if no. I'm just considering my options.
You could make like what's a lore check? A history check, I guess.
Okay. Not hopeful, but that's alright. 10. An even 10.
You're not sure.
Okay.
There's something, you could probably rule out that they're not undead. They're not like demons or devils or anything from like a different plane of existence necessarily, but
Okay. Let us see. That I have, which is not as much. Why'd I pack all these healing spells, guys? Mechanical question.
mm-hmm.
If I were to cast Bane, how would that apply in this scenario?
This is considered one creature.
So it would impact, quote unquote, the entire entity.
Yep.
If I were to do that. Okay. Well, I don't like any of my options. So I will do that. I will cast Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Lalia reaches out her hands and says, "Oh no, you don't!" and attempts to channel some of Scarrett's energy to weaken the resolve of these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
That is a charisma save of 22.
Nope.
Okay.
No way in hell.
That is subtracting a d4 from attacks and saving throws.
Cool.
And that's her turn.
Yeah, for reference, their charisma save, they got a -2.
Well, when you can do something, it's great.
Wonderful. All right. And that will bring us next to Zanzibar.
You got this, buddy.
This makes it tough. Could I get the dimensions of the Elder Brain Dragon, the dimensions of Binks Griffin?
So the Elder Brain Dragon is a 6
Sorry,
by
what now?
6. Yeah, so Elder Brain Dragon is a 6 by 6. So he's 30 feet by 30 feet by 30 feet.
Gotcha.
At least. And Peter is 2 by 2, so he's 10 by 10 by 10.
Okay. So the cavern is at least... The sewers that we are standing in, they're at least 20 feet high.
20 feet high? Yes.
Yeah, because Peter's flying.
Yep.
So. Gotcha. That changes plans. This thing wasn't interested in Bink or Peter either, which is difficult.
You don't say.
They have the body of a squid, or octopus.
Yep.
So, assuming octopuses' bodies have no bones and can squeeze through a dimension of like an inch, this will go right through the gate.
That's what I was thinking.
And it can probably climb I 2 sessions ago, I believe, I stuck the pole of lengthening or whatever down into the water.
Mhm.
That was about 8 feet, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, about 8 to 10 feet when you met Squishy Bottom.
Okay. I'm gonna yell out to the party. I'm dropping the fog wall. And instead, I'm gonna throw up the wall of force underneath the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Assuming that these octopus have gills and need to breathe underwater.
Okay. So how big are you making this wall of force?
It's 10 by 10, right? So one underneath the water. So that's what, 8 feet below and 2 feet above. If I can, I don't know how it actually works. Whether it would stop at the water line or go above by like 2 feet and go to each door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to get to, so bursting above the top, you would get like a foot above the top of the water.
Gotcha.
And so how long is it?
10 by 10.
So you get 2 squares to work with.
10 by 10 panels.
Okay, that's
I was gonna say that's like a block. No, it's 10 by 10s.
okay.
So it's at like 100 feet long.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4 10 by 10s. You could make a wall along the water.
Now, knowing that doors open up, do they open up away from us? Because it isn't where Aiden stuck the immovable rod behind the door.
It's behind the one that's on the left of the screen right now.
Yeah,
So
so,
that
it
door is
wouldn't
not gonna
impede
open.
our movement going through the other door by Lalia, assuming they get through.
Mm-hmm. So you don't want to impede this door? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Thank
maybe
you for
it'll
not
make
giving
a
me
funnel, and that way they'll crawl out that way, and you can smack them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool.
We were thinking the same thing, but you actually had the tool to do it, so yay!
All right, bonus action. Man, I really want to get out my wings, but I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm going to drop a sanctuary on Bink.
Okay.
In case they start attacking him.
You got it.
I'm gonna move towards the corner where Callie is. So 30 feet in that direction. Because if this thing turns to aggro at me, I want to be next to a melee fighter.
I'm honored.
Alright then.
That's the end of Zan's turn.
Cool. So, awesome. So that brings us to the end of the round, which will bring us to the next round. At the top of the next round, you see that a second swarm has now entered your vision.
Oh boy.
And it takes us to the top with Callie. these guys look just a little bit singed already.
Mm-hmm. How far away from Callie is that one? Oh, she's way back there. These squares are weird though. Like the
Yeah,
the
they're
cobbles
in the
are
middle.
messing me up. Yeah.
Okay, somewhere in the realm of 40 to 50 feet from them.
Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Calliope watches Zanzidar pop up this invisible force wall that I'm sure messes with the water flow and a couple other things. And she thinks to herself, I could do something like that. And so she will pop a ruby from the ridiculous looking helmet she currently has on and, I don't know, rub it between her fingers and toss it into the water, like almost like skipping a stone, and throw up a wall of fire right in front of Narwhal number 2 with the flames hitting it.
Okay, and you want it down in the water as well?
Yep, if that mechanically makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That would be certainly interesting.
Right? It's gonna
Like,
get steamy
vaporizes
in
the
here.
And that's how long?
Pulling it up now. It's not attached to my it makes the wall up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. So she'll make it just big enough that it's covering the water.
It's 20 feet high.
20 feet high. So it's hitting the ceiling.
Well, it's got to go 10 feet down.
Just kidding. It's 10 feet in the air.
Fire.
Fire. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity save. So she would center it. However this works. One side of the wall selected by you when you cast a spell deals to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet.
I think it also does damage if you put it on them.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to encourage it to go through right away. So I guess I will just say it's in front of it, and if it moves, like if it ends its turn in that space again, it will take its damage, I think is how it's written. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let me check.
Okay.
When the wall appears, each creature makes a dex save.
Within its area. If she put it in front of it, is it in its area?
It's within 10 feet. As long
Okay.
as you put the wall within 10 feet of him,
Okay.
he's in the area.
That was what I wasn't sure of. Okay, so so dexterity saving throw. What is the DC of the helm? 18.
5.
Okie dokie. So it's 5d8, right?
Yeah.
$25 fire damage to that Narwhal Aboleth.
All right. You see that the fire above the water is definitely a flaming, roaring fire, and underneath it just looks like the water just being instantly like boiled. And you can hear screams from this creature.
Ruh-roh. Just like every creepy child in every movie where the house burns down, Calliope's eyes are just glowing with joy and delight.
Oh boy.
And yeah, again, I don't think she has any bonus actions she'd like to take at this time.
Cool.
So that's her turn.
Alright, that brings us to nothing. And Bink. Currently suffocating.
Grr. Alrighty. Is Bink kind of like situationally aware that he needs water to breathe, or he just knows that, oh, I can't breathe and I feel gills on the side of my neck?
He knows that, and I think you understand how fish works.
Yes, but
Bink's
does
just
Bink
like
think
looking
he's
at
a
this
fish?
dirty ass water below him.
Ugh. Ugh. Blech.
I would also say, given the fact that you can't breathe in, if you wanted to cast a spell that had verbal components, it would probably reduce the amount of air you have left before you die.
Ooh. Yeah, I was thinking that that wouldn't even work to begin with. Plus, that would kill me immediately. Well, not immediately, but you know. But yeah, Bink ain't inhaling sewer water, so he's gonna deal it out. Hmm. Bink is in a sticky situation.
Oh no, Bink.
Okay, what doesn't need verbal? Let's see. As long as it ain't verbal, let's see. It's like
As a
everything.
bard, yeah.
Everything is verbal. Not everything. A handful, but not everything. No, you're right. Never mind. Everything's about verbal. Oh, God.
Oh no.
The only thing that isn't verbal is never mind. That's also verbal.
I mean, you can cast them.
Everything's
It's just going to subtract from your 4 minutes.
I'm trying to see what doesn't use verbal. Oh my God! Something doesn't use verbal. Oh my God! It's like one thing. Let's see. What's the range? 5 feet. That doesn't work.
Oh no.
What's the range on my non-verbal spell? 5 feet.
It's literally the only thing I got is Thunderclap, which is my cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go above the fish again with Peter, and this time we're gonna do a simultaneous attack.
Okay. You're going after the first one again?
Yep, I'm gonna go with my weapons.
Alright, so that-
And this time I'm gonna hop in the water!
You're going to jump into the water, Bink?
Bink's like, I gotta breathe through this. He's gonna go in plunging head first into the water.
Oh boy.
And he's gonna attack at the same time with
Okay.
Peter. Peter's not gonna plunge into the water, he's gonna stay above the water, just clarifying.
Alright. Bink, you jump off and you can now breathe. Though you probably wish your nose didn't work.
Oh no.
Oh, I can
Gross.
smell?
Oh, you can smell.
Oh, God!
I wouldn't take that away from you.
No!
Ew.
You guys watch as
no.
Peter flies over and Bink just dives into the sewer water.
Wally is like
Um,
reaching out a hand. Oh no.
Oh, God, I forgot to say, I am attacking with Flail Tiamat
Cool.
for my first
Nice.
attack.
That'll hit.
That is 13 damage.
You got it.
Beautiful.
as I smack one more time with it. And that is a nat 20.
Hey, roll that crit.
Yeah! That is 17 damage.
Nice.
And alongside that, before my second attack, I'm going to do Peter with the simultaneous attacks while I'm in the middle of that.
Cool.
Double team.
So you'll attack with his beak first, which is an 11 to hit.
Ooh, unfortunately that will miss.
And then as he misses that, he'll go in with his beak attack with an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
I meant claws, not beak. I already said beak. Claws attack.
You're good.
And that is 14 damage.
Awesome.
And as he goes in for that hit, I'm going to use my Vorpal Scimitar as my bonus action to hit.
Sweet.
And I can attack twice with since I'm a with the 2-weapon fighter, right?
Yeah, it gives you a total
As
of
in
3
like 4
attacks.
times in total.
No, 3.
You get 3 total. You get 2 with your main
3.
and 1 with your off.
Got it. Okay. Alrighty, so I will hit with my Vorpal Scimitar. And that is 20, not natural 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
That was a nat 20 to hit, that would be crazy. But yeah, that does 7 damage.
Bing. For your flail hits, you gotta roll some more damage.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't forget they have elemental damage. I think you
Yep.
can add.
You get to pick which one you want to use.
Oh my god! I totally did not see that. Wow. Yeah,
when
no
you were
wonder
rolling
I saw.
it, I was like, "This feels low. Let me check
Yeah,
on
okay,
this."
so I do 2 extra 5d4 damage for. I would do frost damage just because we're in the water.
There you go.
Lightning, that's a no-go. I don't want to zap myself by accident. So I do 2 5d4 damage.
Well, and that's a question for Chris because he crit on one of them. So is it 15d4?
Yeah, so you get 5d4 per hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it says. Yeah. So then on a crit, you would get 10d4.
So you need to roll.
Wow. So I'll do 5d4 first.
Yep.
5d4. And then 10d4. Nope, that's 11. Nope, that's okay. Let's do 10. There we go. So the first one's 9 damage. God, that was so low. Okay, next one is 26.
There you go.
So an extra
Damage.
35 points of damage.
Phew.
Bring you to a total of 86 points of damage in one turn.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
pretty freaking good for Bink, man.
Wow.
It's just like
With
my
just
flail
melee
just like
attacks.
smacks a bunch of them at once.
No spells, and bro hits 86 damage. That's awesome.
This is why Peter missed with his beak. He went in to bite and he was like, "Nope, Bink's got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just, you got this, bro. Go off."
Yup. So, Bink, would you like to explain to me how you slaughter this first pack of fish,
Hey.
of aboleth squids?
You kind of just see Bink just going with Peter as he kind of like does like a little like, you know how they do like a perfect dive off of a dive board in real life for the Olympics or whatever. They do like that little, like front flip. He does a little front flip into the water, does a perfect dive in, and then he just first he hits twice with his flail, like with how many power chain balls or whatever at the end of it, just smacks a bunch of them, smacks one out of the water. Peter just slashes it down back into the water, and he just wails on the rest of them.
I love it. You got
They
it.
done died.
As you do, their now lifeless bodies begin to just sink to the bottom. However, they did have an effect still when you got there, so I need Peter to make a new Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay, he gets a +3, so d20 plus 3. That is a 16 with
Okay.
+3.
And 21 because he
Yep.
is definitely next to Lalia now.
Alright, he is safe. There's still some
Yay!
sticky gas going on, but he's fine.
Sticky gas.
Peter is gonna go to the side once more to land and not be in the way of the water in case they can attack.
Yep.
And Bink is gonna hold his ground in the water.
You got it.
But he's gonna kind of like float to the top where his gills are in the water, but his head kind of peeks out with his eyes just peeking out.
Aqua Bink.
And he just waves to everyone, and then he ends his turn.
Ew.
So about like that.
Pretty much.
Hi guys.
I can breathe water now! And I end my turn.
All right. And that will bring us to the Aboleth's turn, and we're on this second group here. I don't think there's anything that prevents them from moving through the wall.
Nope.
So they are moving through it.
All right.
But I'm going to have to teleport them. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so they also make it up to the force wall.
And they do take 5d8 fire damage again because they moved through the wall.
Cool.
So much damage.
So much.
Cool.
27.
You got it. You hear some more screaming, and you watch as some of their tentacles and flesh are beginning to peel and melt. Also, you're probably, though you guys are safe on this side, you're probably creating some explosions on the other side, given the gas.
It's fine.
That's their turn, because they had to dash, which will bring us to Lalia.
Alright. Bink, you good?
Bing just gives a thumbs up.
Okay. Well, we'll deal with that in a minute.
And I will say, for shits and giggles, because you're within 5 feet of them starting your turn,
Yeah.
you can make a con save for me. As
Is this a poison effect?
No.
Okay.
It's a disease,
I'm on Calliope.
if that makes any difference.
Nope, just poison. That would be a 22. Oh,
You're good.
I'm immune to disease
Oh, then you're good.
because I'm a paladin. Hey, the first time that's been useful since level 4. Oh, okey doke. Or 5, whichever one we get that. Anyway, since Bink seems happy, or at least okie dokie there, she will run up to the edge here, and can she swing Zydan down towards these things? Okay. She will make 2 attacks on this one that has swimmed it up. That is a 32 to hit.
Yep.
Is it a fiend?
Nope.
Okay. So that is 19 bludgeoning plus 2 radiant.
Nice. I'll give you another history check if you want, since it's your turn again.
Oh, I was only asking because Zydan does extra damage to fiends, but I can, if you, yeah, sure. Nope.
Not a fiend.
It smells real bad over here now that Bink splashed some of this water. No. Second one is a 23.
Yep.
So that is a 21 bludgeoning plus there you go. 8 radiant.
Nice.
I don't think there's anything she can do with her bonus action that's worthwhile. So that's her turn.
Cool. Then that'll bring us to, since you're in range now, you are subject to a legendary action. You see, as these creatures are splashing and fighting about, heading towards this wall, at least a couple of them kind of look towards your way and just kind of shoot out some tentacles to try and attack you.
Go for it.
That is a 15 to hit.
That will not hit. No.
Cool. Then you're safe.
Okay.
You see, I mean, it really is just like a ravenous school
Yeah.
of fish, and they're just throwing out some tentacles to anybody that's close. And you just happen to be the first one that was close enough. That will bring us to Zan.
So that's the only swarm I can see so far, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Hmm. And I don't want to get close to this thing.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like it.
You
I'm
don't wanna
curious
go for
to
a
see
swim?
what this does, though. Am I within 60 feet?
Let's find out. Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna Ray of Frost him.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
With a 33 to hit.
That'll hit.
Jesus.
Wow. I almost got 4 6s there.
Wow.
23 damage.
Goodness.
Well, this ray of frost is going to work however you want it to. If you want to tell me how you eliminate this second group.
I'm gonna aim for like a tentacle, or whatever tentacle that actually lashed out to hit Lalia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit it like almost interceptingly, and the frost is going to work its way all the way up into the swarm and freeze it and shatter it.
Nice. You do so. And you guys watch as some little squid ice cubes just kind of float for a moment.
Sushi.
You got it.
I'll move farther back into the corner.
Boop. You got it. Anything else?
Is the light dim enough to where I could like hide?
You could certainly try.
Okay,
It's not bright down here by any means.
gotcha. Stealth check?
Yep.
27.
Cool. You feel pretty hidden
Cool.
in this dark corner, Batman. Anything
That's
else?
the end of Dan's turn.
Cool. This dude is dead. Which brings us to the end of the round. End of the round. And the next layer action. You see 2 new swarms appear
Oh boy.
as they are both running into this wall of fire that they cannot make the save for. I don't think. They have a +2. Oh, one of them actually got a 20. The other got a 15.
So one saved, one failed.
I'm gonna say the first one failed because they were already hit by lightning. So
Oops, I'm rolling. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the one who failed takes 27. The one who saved takes 13.
cool. They are here. Which brings us to Callie.
I'm trying to remember the thing that lets me run up walls, and I cannot remember it.
It's your monk movement, right?
Right, unarmored movement improvement. What I needed to know is if I can run across liquids.
Yep.
I can. So how do I want to do this? Just strategizing. Apologies. This is what happens when you use something you've never used before. With a character who's not supposed to cast spells. Okay. One side of the wall, selected by you when you cast the spell, deals fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall. Creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall or ends its turn there. Okay. Calliope has 65 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, girl. Okay. So I want to run at a diagonal across the water to get to the side that Lalia is on towards my wall. How much?
30.
30. Okay, I'm gonna run around my wall
40.
and smack this clump of narwhals
Cool.
with my sickle. Just kind of peeping my head around. I know I'm outside of it right now. Peep my head around and try to make some strikies.
Cool.
Which sickle am I wielding? We wield this one. The first attack is a 31.
That'll hit.
So that will be... Hey, any chance that gets sneak attack? Probably not. 13 sickle damage.
Nice.
And, man, there's so many things she can do that I didn't use in hell because it wouldn't have mattered. And now I'm like, yes, all these things. Yeah, she'll go ahead and pump a Blood Fury Tattoo pulse into that.
Okay.
So the dark necrotic energy curls down her arm and along the sickle blade, and then pulls through these fish and curls back up to her, though she doesn't need the healing at the moment. And it is, I forget, 46. An additional 9. That's low. Necrotic damage for that first strike.
Mm-hmm.
She will strike again. Slicing through the fishies. So close to a crit. That is a 33 to hit.
Yep.
That one will be max damage, 16 slashing.
Cool.
She will then use her bonus action to disengage.
Mm-hmm.
And use the rest of her movement to get back behind the wall so she doesn't get burnt.
So tell me how far, because you got 20 feet left.
Let's actually go right back to that corner, if I can.
Right there?
No, the other corner. Is that 20 feet? The point here?
It's 25.
Okay, back
What's your
one. Then.
movement? 60 or 65?
65.
Oh, you would have just enough to
Yep.
get there
I'll go there.
then. Cool. But I do need you to make a con save as you enter their area.
Sure.
As you breathe in some of this sticky fog.
Ooh, 14.
I would like you to roll a d4 for me, please.
I'm going to use a key point to re-roll that. I
Okay.
think. Is that how that works? Where is Diamond Soul on here? You are proficient in all saving throws, and whenever you make a saving throw and fail, you can spend 1 key point to re-roll it and take the second result. So yes.
Cool.
As this stuff hits her, she's like, no thanks. And we'll try that again.
Cool.
There we go. 27.
That'll succeed.
Alright.
You did feel your mouth get a little sticky. Mm.
She's like mildly curious for a second, and then, I mean, even Calliope's not big on poop water, so. Everybody has a line somewhere.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Alright. Nobody's close for an action, so that'll bring us to Bink.
Alrighty. What? Let's see. I'm sorry. I was talking to my brother for like 1 second.
You're good.
Okay. Oh, they're on the other side of the wall. Ignore that throw. I don't know why my thing just did that. Ignore that nature throw.
These are not natural.
Right.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop on Peter.
Okay, we're gonna jump back out of the water.
Jump back out of the water and then climb up Peter.
Alright, it's gonna take you at least 5 feet then. As I teleport you back out of the water. There we go.
I'm just gonna crawl up Peter really quick.
Jump back on Peter. You are now suffocating again.
And on the
And
roof.
then Peter's gonna fly on over to the other side.
Alright. His speed is 80.
His speed is 80.
I guess because your wall is 10 feet high, he would be able to fit over top.
How far does the wall span over? Is it just like it like totally encumbers the water, or
No,
he can like
it's
can
just
Peter
the
go
water.
around? Just the water. Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean Peter's just gonna go around that then. He's not gonna go like he's gonna try to make it to the other side, just like alongside the pathway.
Mhm.
So like he would just go straight ahead instead of like diagonal then diagonal back. He would just go straight.
Then yeah, 55 would get you here.
Alrighty. Once again, Peter, Bink is gonna swan dive straight into the water behind them.
Okay.
Swan. Oh, and then you just hear a. "Plunk." And as he hits the water, he's gonna go headfirst into attacking once again with his Flail Team Up.
Alright.
That is a 27 to hit
That'll hit.
with 15 damage, and then 5d4 of cold damage, which is 11 extra damage.
Nice.
We love it.
He's gonna smackaroon them once more with the Flail Team Out with a natural 20.
Again?
Oh my god!
Bro. Well, roll some
And
crit
then
damage.
Once more with 19 damage.
Alright. Then your 10d4.
And then it's 10d4 of damage, which brings out to a total of 27 damage. Oh my
Goodness.
god.
Goodness gracious.
And they're still up!
Hold on, I'm adding.
He's
okay. I was like, waiting 5 seconds later, I'm like,
Alright, because that's 72. Alright, how would you like to kill swarm number 3?
swarm number 3, same thing like before. As he swan dives in, you just see as he jumps into the water before he hits the water, you just see the Flail of Tiamat kind of just like glow light blue, and kind of see frost emanating from it as he plunges into the water, and you just see a bunch of sparks and a bunch of frost kind of like blast in the water here and there as you see him kind of like twirl around like a little ballerina, smacking every single fish there. And yeah, as he just mauls every single fish in that zone right there. Not every, but like the one that I'm currently attacking.
Yep.
So many.
So many.
I love it. Alright, you still got
Does
a
Peter
bonus.
have to do a con save since he was 5 feet away?
He sure does.
Oof.
Alrighty. He gets that +3 and the d20, and he gets a nat 20.
Wow.
Oh my god.
He's safe.
The game doesn't want Bink and Peter to die today. It's a
Oh
good
my
thing.
God. I know, right? And then as Bink gets out of the water, because he's gonna climb out of the water, he's gonna use Tyr's Rapier and fling it towards him with his bonus action to attack.
Okay. I'm gonna throw your rapier at the last chunk.
Yep. And that is a nat 1.
Oh,
no.
It's 15 though, so it's a 16.
Unfortunately, that'll miss.
Figure.
Too much good luck too many times in a row.
The game's like, we're gonna pour it into this last one. Yep, good thing I kept my distance from this one.
Your rapier is out there, though.
And then I'm gonna make Peter maul at them once more, but from the other side. Do you think you would be able to make it to the other side with like 30 feet, I think, of flight, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna want to avoid these 2 squares so he doesn't hit fire. So he would have to go. So that's 60, 65.
And as he flies
70,
by, Bink is
75,
gonna grab a hold and hop
80.
onto his back. Because I think, okay, so with everything, I know Bink had 5, and then like 10 in
Yeah,
total
so
because like 5 extra feet to get on him, and then he dove off, so like 5 extra feet just to even like hop off for a second
yeah,
and
so
drop
here's
down.
here's my calculation. It was 5 feet to get up, 5 feet to get on Peter, so that was 10. Over here,
Yes.
you jumped out 5 feet so that you wouldn't be in the fire, so that's 15.
Yes.
5 feet to get back up here, so that's 20.
Okay.
And then if you want to get
And
back
then
on Peter when he's going
yeah.
by, that'd be another 5 feet, so it'd be 25 feet.
Yes, that is how much I have, so I'd like to do that. then,
Perfect.
Just to like,
Woo.
woo.
Alright, and yes, Peter is now in range of this guy. He's gonna have to make another con save.
How much? So out of 80 feet, how much would that be in total? Just
This is full 80 to get here safely.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, you will maul at them and peck at them.
Cool.
Big attack gets 26 to hit.
Yep.
That is 8 damage.
Awesome.
And then his claw attack is 18 to hit.
Yep.
And that is 16 damage.
Cool. Nice solid 25 damage.
And I end my turn there.
You got it. So give me one last con save for Peter here.
And that is 8 plus 3, which is a 12.
Fortunately, that will fail. So I need Peter.
Yeah.
I need Peter to roll a d4 for me, please.
Oh no. That is a 1.
Okay. So Bink, through your telepathic communication with Peter, you can now realize he is also suffocating,
Uh-oh.
but growing some gills.
Oh, no.
So just keep that in mind.
Would
What's
be
his?
able to... Oh, sorry.
What's Peter's con bonus? It was a 3, right?
Yeah, it's a plus 3. Yeah.
So he also has 4 minutes.
Alrighty.
Peter and Bink about to get stanky. Well, Bink's already smelling.
Bink's already stinky.
Peter has to deal with it. He would. I would think he would rather suffocate than to put himself in sewer water.
Well, just something.
But
to keep
we
in
end our turn. Yeah.
Awesome. At the end of your turn, these guys are going to take a legendary action. And so their legendary action, I'll explain it now that more than one person is within range. They take a strike at every creature that's within 5 feet of them. So both Bink and Peter are within their range enough that they are going to take a swipe at each of you. So I'll swing at Peter first. That's a 14 to hit. I think his AC is like 18 or 19 though.
Yeah.
And a swing at Bink is a 15 to hit.
I do believe that also misses.
Bink, what's your AC?
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Yeah, Bink and Peter have the same AC. We both have 19.
19. Okay. You got it. And they will miss. And that will bring us to their turn. All right. And they're off to the races. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You, Peter and Bink, would both get opportunity attacks as they are leaving your range.
What was that?
You and Peter will get opportunity attacks as they're leaving your range.
Alrighty, I'll use a flare team up.
If you crit, so help me.
And guess what? It's
Hey.
only an 8 plus 1, so it's 23.
Only.
That'll still hit though.
It is a 10 damage plus that 5d4. And that's 13 damage.
Nice.
And then Peter's gonna use his claw attack.
Cool.
And that is 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
12 damage.
Alright, 35 damage as they run away. Awesome. They are still up. They've got 30 more feet, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
But they do take an additional 22 fire damage as they pass through the
Cool.
flamey wall.
And technically, if they wanted to, Callie would also get an opportunity attack, but she would have to make a con save.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Live dangerously. That's a natural one.
Oof. Fortunately, she will miss.
No. Actually, really fast, let me make sure Diamond Soul isn't a reaction. I really wish this were not where it is on here. It is very hard to track down. It is not. Okay, so she could still have used her reaction. It did not work. That's okay. And con save?
Yep.
She is now close enough to Lalia, so that is a 25.
That'll save.
Yay.
Alright. And that is their turn, and that'll bring us to Lalia, who's within 5 feet but can't be diseased, so she's safe anyways.
Oh yeah, actually, I don't know why. I would like to take my key point back because Calliope is also immune to disease. I keep forgetting that's what it is. I keep thinking like, oh, it's a curse. No, yes, she's also immune to disease because she is something else that is monkey. All right, Lalia. Lalia enjoys hitting things. I assume this thing is looking a little rough.
Yep.
She's gonna go, hold your breath, Zaidan.
Alright.
Little with your mouth closed. That is a 26 to hit.
Yep.
For 21 bludgeoning plus 4 radiant.
Cool.
And her second swing, hold your breath again. Well, that's a 2 on the die, but that is a 20 total.
That'll hit.
Goodness gracious. Alright, 14 bludgeoning and 2 radiant. Lots of 2s that time.
Alright, how would you like to kill swarm number 4?
And just that. Hold your breath, Zaidan!
Alright. Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Alright, then that will bring us to Zanzidar.
Oh. Okay. No enemies.
Oh, my bad.
Not at the moment. You still hear screaming coming from deeper into the sewer, though.
Right. I guess, bonus action boots of speed. And then move 60 feet or 30. Is it half speed if you want to stay hidden?
If you're trying to move stealthily, yes, it is half speed. Because you'd be moving slowly.
Okay. I'll use 30 then and move toward the end of the corridor then.
This way?
Yep.
Cool.
And I use my action to make like a perception check.
To see if you can see any more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't take your action for it. You can just do it. It's an easy passive one.
19.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of information. You can see 3 more swarms are rounding this corner.
Boy.
Okay. So, Oh man. If I move 30 feet stealthily, saw the enemies, could I then break cover and run the next 30 feet?
Probably not, since you committed to moving slowly just to get here to make the check. You would have already
Okay.
spent that movement.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, give me a 20-foot radius on the enemies that I can see then.
Cool.
Oh, that's perfect right there. All right. We're gonna do a 5th level fireball.
Mm-hmm.
So, as Zan charges up this fireball, thinking that he'll be still stealthily doing it, before it lights up too much, he's gonna switch the element and go for cold,
Cool.
and then he'll throw it at the number 1 enemy,
You got it.
and we'll see if cold impacts any environmental thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They are all gonna fail their deck saves. 14, 9, and 9.
Oof.
36 cold damage.
Cool.
Times 3.
That'll be the end of the turn.
Okay. Alright, so then at the end of yours, this layer action happens, and you watch as all 3 of them make their way here. Which brings us back to the top of initiative with Callie.
First, each of them take 20 points of fire damage.
Cool.
I rolled that on Lalia, but that was from Calliope.
Mm-hmm.
That worked out pretty well last time. She will run back up behind the wall. Any chance Peter is in melee with the one closest to her now?
I think technically, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So she might get sneak attack this time, maybe?
Yep.
Yay. Alright. She will go ahead and pull out her sickle and aim to slash some fish apart.
Cool.
17?
That'll hit.
Alright. So slashing, that starts with 10.
Yep.
Plus 8.
Cool.
So 18 slashing, and then her eyes go black again as she looks to the second churning. Thing of fish. And uses Whales of the Grave. And sorry, the reason I paused is we're above level 17 now. So first and second Aboleth will also take 2 additional necrotic damage.
Cool.
She will swing again on the first one.
Yep.
Goodness. 16?
That'll hit.
Okay. 4. 13 slashing damage.
Yep.
Yeah, she'll go ahead and burn a key point since I got that back and already thought I'd spent it. And tuck the sickle under her arm and kick with her feet into the water.
Cool.
For a flurry of blows on the one closest to her. That is a 21 to hit, but the first, getting poop on her shoes. 11 bludgeoning.
Cool.
And so close again. 32 to hit on the second.
Oh yeah.
That is 13 damage. And just for fun, I know I've already hit it a bunch of times. Should have thought of this before. She's gonna channel some ki into this one and try to do a stunning strike.
Okay.
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, we got an 18.
That will fail. DC is 19. So he is astunded.
Let me double check real quick.
Make sure he can be.
Oh, well, he would be. You see a couple of the tentacles kind of go limp, but the body as a whole seems to still be functioning.
Gotcha. Now we know. And then she did use her bonus action, so no disengage this time, but she will run back around the side of the wall, so she's not in the flamey. All the way back to her corner. Yep.
Alright. Anything else?
I hope not. That was a lot.
No, and you did not disengage, right?
I did not.
Okay. So then they will take an opportunity attack.
Yep.
That's an 18 to hit.
That will miss.
Cool.
Can't get me.
Alright. That'll bring us to Bink.
So I'm gonna do is let's see. Alright, Peter's gonna Alrighty, Bink's just gonna go 5 feet forward and plunge into the water once more, to the left.
Like here?
Yeah, right there, just straight down.
You got it.
And he's just gonna go ham on the one in front that he's currently on right now.
You got it.
The Flail of Tiamat, and it's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 17 damage.
Awesome.
Along with the 5d4 ice damage. 11 extra damage.
Cool.
Wow.
Still up.
And he smacks it one more time with 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
14 damage alongside 11 cold damage once more.
We love consistency.
And that is enough for group number 5. How would you like to dispatch this chunk? Bink's just
Bink just once
slaying him.
again just like does like a little swan dive, twirls, does a little front flip, gets the perfect, goes in for like the perfect dive, and then he just starts flailing his flail of Tiamat once more around with ice damage, and just dispatches the group of fish once more.
You got it. Any bonus action?
Bonus action will be using his Tears Rapier to attack the next group underneath Peter, so attacking along with Peter.
Cool.
So Tears Rapier gets a 17 to hit.
Yep.
And that is 10 damage.
Yep.
Alongside a beak attack with 15 to hit.
Yep.
And his that is 12 damage.
Cool.
Alongside his claw attack, which is 14 to hit.
Cool.
Does that hit?
Yep. Oh wait. No. Actually, a 14 will
Wow.
just miss.
Okay.
We found the threshold.
I'm like, damn, even a 14 hits? I'm like, oh, wait a second.
Just misses.
Alrighty, and my turn. There, yeah.
Awesome. So Bink, as you swan dive off to the left, I need you to make a dex save.
Whoa, dex save.
As you have entered boiling water.
Oh boy, 24.
I believe you saved. Does he
Yes.
take half damage?
Half.
Please hold.
Yeah, that'd be unless like I have like some sort of evasion type technique, which I don't. So yeah, this is just half it.
Okay, so here's the thing. There is no save after the initial casting. You just take the damage.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Never mind. Guess you're taking some
I
fire
suppose
damage.
it's like if
supposed to
you-
be on my side.
If
Damn
you
it.
willingly jump into boiling water,
It-
that's on
Well,
you.
shit.
I wonder if I can save myself from this.
Sorry, Bink. Ooh, that's a really
you
good
good.
roll too. 23.
So Bink, you'll take 23 points of fire damage
Youch!
as you waded into the boiling pit of water ahead of you.
How much damage?
23.
Alrighty.
Sorry, Bink.
No.
Unless you have resistance to fire damage, but I don't think you have any of that on right now.
Do I still have a ring? Only 23 from now. Let's see what I am wearing. No, I'm not. I take that damage.
That's all right. All right. So
It's okay.
at the end of Bink's turn, both of these creatures are going to take their legendary actions against you. So it's going to be 2 attacks on Bink and 2 attacks on Peter. So I'll do Bink first. That's a 24 to hit. And a 14. So I think the 24 hits.
Yes.
So Bink, you will take 14 points of piercing damage.
Oh no.
Alright.
And then 2 swings on Peter. The first one is going to miss.
What
The second
was
one
the
will
hit
miss.
for Peter?
They both missed Peter.
Okay.
So you took 14 from one of them, and that was the only one to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, but that'll bring us to their turns. So, something you're going to notice about these guys, who were a little late to the party, but they seem to be moving quicker than the others.
Ruh-roh.
So, 55, and 60 as they hit the wall, and you see them begin to crawl up onto the stones here. Callie would get an opportunity attack
Yes, please.
on either of these groups as they move past.
I'll swing at the first one who runs by me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my eye itches. That's a 30.
Yep, that'll hit.
16 slashing.
Cool. Alright, and then as they have dashed, they hit the wall and started to spill out up here onto the cobblestones. They're going to use their action to dash. And you guessed it, they're squids.
No!
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Shite.
Which is going to put this guy just behind him. And Lalia would get an opportunity attack against the set if she would like.
Yes, please. I'll aim also for the first guy.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 31 to hit.
That'll hit.
I am going to smite.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to stop at least one of these. 18 bludgeoning plus... 1 second. Oh, we're good. Okay. I need to revisit that at some point. Yeah, we'll do 3rd level. So, improved smite, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. 28 points of radiant damage.
Alright, so 38 total.
Yes.
Alright. So it's still moving, but it's looking pretty bad as it gets past you. And that is their turns, which will bring us to Lalia.
Yeah. Okie dokie. I packed spider climb. Is it an action to pop out my wings?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know that we ever decided.
Was it a homebrew or was it a tattoo?
It was a homebrew tattoo. It's not a real tattoo.
What is it for Zan? Is your
It's a bonus action.
Okay, that's fine then. We'll keep it as a bonus.
Okay. Then I think she'll use her bonus action to pop out her wings. Is it gonna cost me to open that door though?
Good question. Do you remember if you guys locked it on your way back out?
We intentionally did not lock one of them in case we needed to get back in.
Okay.
Right? Is that how we did that?
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll say that it's not locked, so it would be a free action to just push open the door.
Okay. And my flying speed is a little slower than myself. It is only 60.
But you're heading towards him.
I think so.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 would get you right on the tail of this one. 55, 60 would get you within both of their ranges.
Yep, that sounds good.
Let me make you flying so you're not in the poop water.
Please, no. Now, what do I have that will in any way help us in this situation other than running up to them? Not a clue, but I'm here now. Shite, I did not pack anything good. Okay. It's all ready to keep us alive, not keep other people alive. Starting with the one who looks more injured, I will keep swinging.
Cool. That would be the front one.
Alright. That will be a 28 to hit.
Yep.
I imagine her shoulders must be killing her, though, because if you've ever dragged something through water, like,
Oh, just swinging the hammer, you mean?
yeah, like pulling an oar through super fast. Making contact, though, so that's 19. Bludgeoning plus 4 radiant.
Cool.
And I'll throw a first level smite on there in
Mhm.
hopes that might take him out. Yeah. So that's an additional 8 radiant.
Ooh, very close. It's looking pretty beat up.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help me at all.
Doesn't got a lot of juice left.
But he's got juice left, so well, I guess I'll just swing at him again.
Cool.
22.
Oh yeah.
That is 16 bludgeoning plus 8 radiant.
Alright, that is enough. You want to tell me how you get rid of swarm number 6?
Die, damn it! Ah! It's like her wings are straining, trying to keep her aloft. And yeah, because she used all her movement, so that's her turn.
Alright. Into your turn, this guy will get a legendary action against you.
Sure.
He's not in range of the dragon yet. That's a 10 to hit.
Yeah.
Then that'll take us back down here to Zanzibar.
How far away is Mr. Squiddy?
I'll give you a couple things since you'd made a perception check.
Okay.
Piece number 1 is that guy is about 100 feet.
Oof.
So close.
However, you do see 3 more swarms coming around the corner. Oh, I think I deleted the other 2. Oops. So they're where the last swarms were. Let me place the other 2 real quick. And just, for your knowledge, you can see that they are also moving much quicker than the previous swarms.
Gotcha. This might. I'll leave that one. So I can do that. Oh, that's dumb.
Oh,
That's
no.
easy. Okay. So, the squid where Lalia is.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting too close for comfort. I trust Lalia as far as like smiting stuff, but being that it took her at least 2 swings to kill the other one, I'm still gonna do this. So, I'm gonna vortex warp the one near Lalia
Nice.
because I got 120 feet that I can
Awesome.
work with.
Perfect.
It needs a Constitution saving throw of 24.
Nope.
Okay, I'm dropping it right back in the boiling water.
Hey.
It rolled a 4. All right, so tossing his happy butt back over here.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I don't think it will. I don't. It's
Oh,
like
it'll do
on
it when he
his
moves.
turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
he's
don't
back in the
think-
boiling bubbles.
And then, as my... Let's see. Doing that as a bonus action. So I'm wasting 2 sorcery points to do that.
By
Nice.
the way, it just says a turn. So since it is the top of Zanzidar's turn, Calliope will be the wall of fire will deal damage.
Cool.
That's a terrible damage roll, but there you go, 14.
And then the 3 more are... How far would I have to move to get within 60 feet of them?
They should be right where the last 3 were, so... Within 60 feet of them, 5 feet to hit the first one, 10 feet to hit the other 2.
Okay, I'm going 10 feet.
There he goes, folks.
And as my action, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at the first 2 using a sorcery point to twin spell it.
Nice.
Nice.
First one. 31 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Just barely.
Low roll.
Oof.
Cool.
Second one. 29.
Oh, yeah.
And better roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Both of those guys' movement speeds are reduced by 10.
By 10? Okay.
Yep. So that was action, bonus action. Still have movement. These guys move quick.
They did.
I'm gonna book my way back to the gate.
Okay.
I got 50 feet worth of movement to spend.
50.
Alright, sounds good.
Cool.
That's
Anything
the
else?
end of- Nope, that's it.
Awesome. So at the end of your turn, this guy, I guess, is going to use a legendary action
Uh-oh.
to take a swing at Bink and Peter.
Oh, no.
So Bink, that's going to hit with a 22 to hit.
Alrighty.
So you'll take 14 piercing damage.
Alrighty.
And then swinging at Peter, it's going to miss with a natural 1.
Oh no, that sounds like it might.
Maybe
Maybe.
a total of 7. So Peter is safe, but Bink, he took 14 on that. But that is the end of that round, which gives us our layer action, which is these 3 guys getting up here. And so the first one will take fire damage. The other 2 can't get close enough yet.
So that first one, that's a better roll. We'll take 24.
love how Bink's in the thick of it.
Right? Barbarian out here.
Barbarian.
And that'll bring us to Callie.
Alright. Let me get this added to the spreadsheet. Oh. Let's think about our lives, shall we? Oh, well, that won't work. We're not going to fry Bank more than he's already fried. Okay.
Fireball! Oh, wait.
No, the fireball, I think Bank could survive. Man. Nope, I don't want to do that either. Alright, we'll just... It's working. She'll run up around the corner after this one that's looking rather injured. Thank Bink for being in melee to assist with the sneaking as she peeks her head around. That is a 30 to hit.
Yeah.
Real one for the team there, Bink. Alright. So that is 13 points of slashing damage plus sneak attack, which is an additional 8. So 21 on that.
Cool.
She will once again let her eyes go dark and look over her shoulder and giggle in a very uncomfortable way at one of the others. We'll say the one right behind because that makes the most sense. And so the first and second both take 2. We're staying consistent there.
Cool.
Whales of the Grave damage, necrotic. And the one in front of me is still up?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, this won't do. She will... Let me check. She will swing her sickle round and round. 19.
That'll hit.
Alright. Oops. 9. But she will also allow that necrotic energy to curl down her arm and through the blade as she will expend another point of her Blood Fury tattoo to deal 13 necrotic damage.
Nice.
Now how is he looking?
Pretty freaking rough, but he's still got some juice.
Question.
Yeah.
And you can say no. Could Calliope tempt this fella into attacking her and take the hit as she goes to take a step back? Again, you can say no.
I mean, he's going to take an opportunity on
I know, but he's never going to hit me.
Yeah.
I need him to hit me.
you. You want to let him hit you?
I want to let him hit me.
Yeah, you can always let him hit you.
All right.
He's going to attack you if you
Okay.
back away.
So she's starting to back away and is putting on the performance of her life. Oh, don't hit me. But kind of, sticking a leg out over the water as she turns.
11. But if you're letting him hit you,
Yes.
he will hit you.
All right.
For 14 points of piercing
14
damage.
points piercing. Got it. And so then she will expend another thing of her Blood Fury tattoo to make an attack with advantage on him.
Okay. Is that like a reaction?
Yes.
Nice.
It's basically, rather than waiting till I'm on the corner and making a straight roll, rolling with advantage and maybe keeping him from getting through there to begin with.
Cool.
26.
Yep.
Here's the other question, and again, you can say no. If this is her reaction, does she get sneak attack? Since the reaction is separate from the action. Again, you can say no.
You would if it were a different turn.
Fair.
But it's still your turn.
Yep.
So
Makes perfect sense. Alright, so that will be 11 slashing. And she won't expend another one, I don't think.
ooh, he's very close.
She'll expend... I'm running out of blood fury.
He had 15 health.
Oh, my
You need 4
goodness.
damage.
Well, it feels metagamey to do it now, so...
No, it's fine. I mean, it's either you kill him now or he dies to fire.
Yeah, okay. So,
Because you know he's going to go through the wall.
he's gonna go through the wall. Alright, that sounds good. That was a lot. That's her turn.
Cool.
And she will actually finish running up to the corner.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Alright. End of Callie's turn. Callie's no longer there. So it's going to be 4 legendary action attacks on Bink and Peter.
Oh, no.
Alright.
Oh, God.
There's 4 swarms in melee with you.
What?
got-
That's ridiculous. No. No.
Anybody looking, you just see Bink being like swallowed by this swarm of tentacles.
Oh, no.
You just see me like dive in, I attack. Bink doesn't expect it. They just all look towards me with like grinning,
Right.
like sharp teeth, and then they just attack at once.
Oh man.
Okay. So I rolled a 21, a 24, a 25, and a 7.
Oh, my gosh.
Stop it.
So three of them will hit Bink. So that's
Can I use? Wait. Before that, can I use silvery barbs on one of them that hits me?
sure.
Okay, I'm gonna use silvery barbs on the highest one that hits me.
Okay. That turns into a 21
Dang.
because he rolled a 15.
I can't give the plus to myself, can I?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can give the advantage to yourself.
I give advantage to myself.
Okay. So you're still going to take 14 points of damage 3 times. So that's 42 points of piercing.
Alrighty. 42.
Cool.
3
And then-
times, not 4. Because one was a 7, right?
Yeah, 14
Sorry,
times 3.
yes. Yep, you good. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, total of 42. And then 4 attacks on Peter. Got an 18, an 11, a 22, and a 20. So 2 of them will hit Peter. So Peter will take 28 points of piercing.
28. Alrighty.
And that brings us to the Aboleth's turns. Which is really tempting to just have them all attack Bink.
No.
But that's not what they're here for. So this one's going to run through the fire and die
Thank God. Get out of here.
with his 4 health.
That's right.
Number 8 has reduced movement, but he is going through the fire. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Gets him here. Which means this guy will be right behind him. And this guy will be right behind him. So
22 points of damage to everybody.
Yep.
Except Bink. So far.
yeah, unless he ends his turn there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hint, hint,
so
wink,
this
wink,
goes
nudge,
up.
nudge.
30. Okay. Now, as all 3 of these creatures move away from you, Bink, you and Peter would both get an opportunity attack on one of them.
Bink would not because he used his reaction to do silvery barbs.
Oh, that's true. So, if Peter wants to take a swipe at one of these creatures, he can. A 22 will hit.
Yeah. That is 12
actually, the last one didn't have minus speed, so he would actually catch up. Okay, then they're all going to sprint or dash.
We love it.
So this guy's taking another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can do it, bro. 35, 40, 45, 50. He's back in the water. Which means this guy would be right next to him plus 10 because he was not slowed. And this guy will be right behind him. Boom. Day coming.
Great.
That brings us to Lahalia.
Yeah, it does.
So Lahalia, you watch the one in front of you disappear. You turn to look at the gate, and here comes 3 more.
Son of a... Oh, dear. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Anything that will do more than just hitting one at a time. Let us see.
And how long does the cold last?
Just till my turn.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and remove that for now.
Why don't I have sanctuary? Alright. Great. I will... Yeah, I will go ahead and use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on our friend back there.
Okay.
Just preemptively. It's a +2 to his AC. Just in case. And then... I'm a meleeer, so... Ooh. 2 of them are in the water and one's not.
Mm-hmm.
How would throwing a javelin of lightning work in this scenario?
It would hit him. It's not impeded by water because it turns into a bolt of lightning.
Right, but would it hit all of them or just a couple?
It's 5 feet wide?
Yeah.
You could do like this line here.
Yeah.
And you would hit all 3.
Is it possible for me to maybe run... is this even what I want to do?
But depending on how long it is, you might also hit Cal.
That's what I was... Yeah. And the ethereal Aiden there on the edge.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna do enough damage to matter. So instead, I will just kind of position myself where they're gonna have to all actively walk around me and swing at the closest one to Mr. LD back there.
Okay. So you're flying above the water. They're going to swim underneath you.
Yep.
Okay.
But just for reaction purposes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
Here we go again, Zydan.
That's number 9.
Okay. Yeah, because he was the one that didn't get freezed.
Oh, I need to switch those then. Number 10.
What is happening?
Just so my numbers match up.
As everybody... Well, all right. Everybody shuffled.
Okay, there we
There
go.
we go. 36.
Oh, yeah.
For... I missed the fiends. 21 total points of damage.
Cool.
And another 36 for... I swear to God, if I get the exact same thing. No, okay. 26 points of damage on the second.
Alright.
And that is my twin.
Alright. He's still looking pretty healthy, but you got a nice chunk of him out.
Meleeing my heart out.
Alright. End of your turn. Legendary action. One of them's going to take a swipe at you. 20 to hit.
No. Absolutely not.
That'll bring us to Zanzidar.
This kind of makes my life tough.
I know. I'm sorry. You're doing great. If you gotta hit Lalia to make your life easier. Feel free to do so.
Oh, it's not that. I don't think I can take any of them down with an area effect spell.
Yeah, that's what I was running into.
And I don't really want to drop concentration
Mm-hmm.
in case any more come up.
Yep.
Let's see, that's 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, well, don't think I need any second level spells again. So I'm gonna cast 2 second level spells,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna try and throw them all back into the boiling water.
Okay.
Nice.
So Vortex Warp Wind on the last 2.
Mm-hmm.
Saving throw of 24.
And that was charisma.
Constitution.
Let's see, 24.
Yep.
They can't make it. They
Oh,
only-
goody!
They only have a +2.
Yay!
And then bonus action, 2 more spell points, and zip that third one back towards the boiling water.
Cool.
I'm sorry, Bink, but
Aw.
you're just in the wrong spot.
Right.
It's like,
Alright. Well, they're back.
I love how they keep disappearing from Lalia,
Right.
and they keep
It's just
reappearing near Bink.
Thanks. She's like, why can't they can't
it's
come
like an
back?
unlimited dispenser of fish. Pink is in the middle of it. Oh god.
You're fine.
I'm gonna run up towards my wall, because as far as I can tell, that's the only way to make it across without using my wings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 30 feet.
Okay.
Did you want to try and go over it?
Sure.
35, 40, 45, 50. How much you got?
60.
Yeah, 55, 60. Or you could be here. Or here.
Can I be right on top of my wall?
Oh, so still over here?
Yeah. I don't want to be, like, near enough to get gills.
Well, you're on the wall. You're not actually that high up. But it wants to
Okay.
put you on the door for some reason.
Okay.
You're just holding on to it with one hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You got it.
Hanging by my tail like a possum.
Exactly.
Anything else for Zan?
No, that's it.
Cool. So at the end of your turn, these 3 get legendary actions.
Oh no.
So there's going to be 3 attacks on Bink and 3 attacks on Peter.
This is terrible
Sorry,
for
you
everybody.
cut out for like, for me, you cut out for like 10 seconds.
Oh.
I did not catch any of that, what you said.
That's right. So since these guys are back within your range, they're going to make legendary attacks against you and Peter.
Don't you
So-
wish
right.
it would have stayed cut out?
Alright, so 3 swings on Bink. We've got 22 to hit, natural 20 to hit,
Oh god.
and a 21 to hit.
Is Bink within 60 feet?
Of you?
Yeah. I don't think so, but
What were the hits?
Might
I
as
mean, as
well
long as if it's 19 or above, it hits me. What were the numbers?
They
they
all
were
hit.
all 19.
It was 20 something, a crit, and then 20 something. He is within 60 feet of you, Zan.
Okay, I'm gonna Silvery Barbs the crit.
Okay.
'cause I feel bad.
So we'll re-roll the crit, which becomes a 13. So that'll be.
And then at the same time, I'm gonna also Silvery Barbs another one.
Don't think you have your reaction back yet.
Yeah.
You silvery barbs during a different
it's still
legendary.
not my turn. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only 2 hits though, so it'll be 28 piercing damage to Bink.
We'll give the
28? Alright.
advantage to Callie.
Sweet.
All right.
28 damage. Alrighty.
And then there's 3 swings on Peter as well. So I got a miss with a 10, a miss with a 15, and a miss with a 9.
How about we start swinging at Peter first, okay? Also,
Damn, I know, right?
I
Here, take one
did
for the team. God damn it. He
did-
takes no damage.
forget to roll when Zan moved these guys back into the boil that the 2 closest took 20 points from Calliope's Wall of Force.
Okay, let's see what 2 I put there. 10 and 8.
Okay.
Nope, those are the ones that you want to be hit, so.
Yay!
They got the least health so far.
Woo!
Alright. That brings us to Callie.
What do you know? Okay. Her system's working, so she's gonna run back around the wall and yell over her shoulder a thanks to Zanzidar for the advantage and roll on. Hi, Bink.
Just getting thrashed.
I don't know how to help you. Roll.
He can't hear you. He just hears.
Right.
He's just looking
Oh,
at you
man.
baffled, like, what?
So that's a 30 on Yon North one.
That's number 10. That'll hit.
So that is 11 slashing plus sneak attack. Additional 6, so 17 slashing total.
Mm-hmm.
And she, whatever we got, she's gonna Wails of the Grave at, you say the 2 against the wall look roughest?
Yes.
She'll send that extra necrotic damage towards him. I got a 2 again. We love consistency. Yes, we do. Okay. And then she's gonna take a second swing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 33.
Oh, yeah.
12 slashing for that one.
Cool.
She will. How many I got? She'll put a Blood Fury in there because she took a little damage from letting that other guy hit her. So necrotic damage winding down her arm through her blade and into the water, adding to the churn. Ooh, 19.
Cool.
That was a good roll. So she will heal 19 points from that, just to make my note taking in the spreadsheet extra hell. And then she will use her bonus action to spend another key point. He's still up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Flurry of blows.
Cool.
On closest to her. First is a 31,
Mm-hmm.
which is 12 bludgeoning.
You got it.
And the second is a 16
That'll hit.
or 13.
And that's enough.
Whew.
Awesome.
You want to tell me how you destroy chunk number 10?
I don't know. She's kicking little squiddies up into the air and launching them at the walls. And she'll snag at least one of them and stick it in her pocket as she runs back to her corner.
Alright. Anything else?
I hope not.
Alright, that's the end of your turn. These guys get legendary attacks. It's going to be 2 on Bink and 2 on Peter. I'll roll Peter's hits first.
What is happening?
Oh, God.
So on Peter, that's a 9 and a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Alright, so Peter will take 14 piercing damage.
Why can't I move yet?
And then the 2 attacks on Bink. Ooh, that was almost a crit. It's 11. 11 will miss.
Don't have my turn yet to move?
Almost.
That's crazy.
So close, yeah.
That's crazy.
This was just bad timing.
And the second,
This is worst timing for Bink to even plunge into the water like that.
the second is a 21 to hit.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, they both hit.
Reactions are good. Well, one of them hits. The other one missed. So you'll take 14 points of piercing.
Okay.
Are you still up?
I'm still up.
Cool, because it's your
I'm
turn.
still up.
Oh my goodness. It's your turn.
It's Bink's turn.
My god. Let's see.
You've got 2 clumps of these aboleths left near you. You are also in boiling water. I don't recommend ending your turn here.
Okay, Peter is gonna try to grab Bink out of the water.
Okay, it would be It would be Peter's action to grapple you and pull you out.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, he can lift you up.
Like, yeah, he just like has him in his claw and he's gonna bring him to land.
They're gonna make opportunity attacks against you.
I am fully aware of this, yes.
All right.
But before, actually, before that, Bink is gonna try and heal himself.
Okay. So Peter's
Like, as he
pulling
like
you up.
grabs him and he's above water, like just within range, still he is going to heal himself with Healing Word.
Okay.
So, he is going to use 4th level Healing Word on himself.
Cool.
And that gives him 18 health.
Nice.
Better than nothing.
Mhm.
All right, so
And now back to land we
10,
go.
15. Alright, so it's going to be 2 opportunity attacks against Bink.
Yep.
So the first one is a 19.
That just hits.
The second is a 14.
That doesn't hit.
Cool. So you'll take 1 hit. So that's 14 piercing damage.
Alrighty.
You are out of the water.
Oh wait, that was... There we go, that's correct. Alrighty. And with the remainder of my turn with my attack action, I will use... I will use 4th level gravity sinkhole and yank them out of the water upwards against the ceiling.
So you used 4th level healing word. So you can only do a 2nd level or below.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay, I'll just go up and smack it with my flail of Tiamat then.
Okay. You can reach it from here. So you don't have to get back in the water, but you can take 2 swings at number 9.
first swing. 23 to hit.
Yep.
14 damage alongside 16 extra cold damage.
Wow.
Cool. That's a big hit. Alright, then you get your extra attack.
And my second hit, which is a 28 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
That is 11 damage alongside 9 cold damage.
Another 20 points. Woo! 50 damage to number 9. Good lord. Alright.
And I end my turn while taking 5 feet step away because I'm definitely gonna get hit again
There you
regardless.
go.
Alright. Are you leaving Peter here? Or are you gonna move him too?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly him to the other side of the wall.
Okay. Alright. You are both successfully out of range, so there'll be no legendary actions against you.
Oh, it didn't want to attack either one of us?
They already did.
Yeah, they already used
Oh
their
yeah,
reactions.
that's right. Cool.
But that will...
Okay, I have my turn.
Cool. And that'll bring us to their turns, so they're gonna go through the walls.
I'm rolling. By the way, I've lost count of how many rounds it's been, so...
This is round 6.
Alright. So we have... She cast it on the second round, so we've done 5 rounds of Wall of Fire.
Now, is yours a 10-minute wall or a 1-minute wall?
I think it's a 1 minute wall. Check. One minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they get here. So Peter would have an opportunity attack on number 8, and Callie could have an opportunity attack on either of them if she has a reaction.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Go for it, Peter.
Will swipe with his claw attack. That is 12. Does not hit.
That'll miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's missing his beak. He says, oh no. Alright. I will swing at whichever. The first one I see.
Cool. Number 8.
High five!
That'll hit.
So that is 14 slashing damage for Calliope.
Cool. And these gentlemen are going to move through the door, which would give Zan an opportunity attack on either one.
Oh, I use silvery barbs, right?
Oh, yep.
These turns are long.
Alright,
Yeah.
So that would also give Lolly an opportunity attack on the first one, because
Yep.
the second won't get out.
Absolutely, we'll take that.
It's number 8.
26.
That'll hit.
She'll smite on this one. Burn through so many spells. So that's starting off with 16 bludgeoning plus 6 for improved smite plus what have I got? I haven't used a second yet, so I'll use a second level smite, which is an additional 3, additional 9 radiant.
Ooh, that is just enough.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you
Nice.
tell me.
You had 30 health and you did 31. So, how would you like to take out pod number 8?
She's gonna have Zydan just in the water, like ready, like like
Yeah.
just watching for him. So he like conks into him, and it's just like, zzz, yeah, no, not getting through.
Alright. Alright, that deletes number 8. Now, point of order, I do need Zanzadar to make 2 Constitution saving throws, as these creatures passed within 5 feet of you. And you are not immune to disease, as far as I know.
Yeah. Although technically I said I didn't want to be in that range, but yes.
I thought you said on the last block of your wall.
No.
Where were you intending to be? Not
Like in the middle of the wall.
So, like,
That way
over
they
here.
didn't incur that, but it's fine.
Gotcha. Okay. My apologies.
It's okay.
I mean, you saved anyways. I don't think you could fail.
Don't say that.
But I'll put you back. Not a big deal. My bad. Yeah. That's all they got. And that brings us to Lalia.
Hello. Well, all I've got is to swing at him, so that's what we're doing. Here we go. $29.
Yep.
We'll do second lowest tonight. So 16 bludgeoning plus 18 radiant.
Okay.
And 34.
Yep.
20 bludgeoning plus 23 radiant. Wow, that was a good roll.
And that's enough.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wow, okay.
It better be. I'm running out of stuff.
And before Big Daddy comes.
Right?
Yeah.
And what do I have for bonus actions? Anything I want to do? I don't have line of sight on bank, do I? I think that's it for now.
No. Definitely can't see Bink.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, at this point, you no longer hear screams coming down the sewer passage, so you can assume that you are out of combat. So let's take a quick pee break here, and then we'll pick up with what's going on after that.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Whew. in. You guys have successfully fended off, for the time being, the waves of these squid-like aboleths. You're still not 100% sure what they are necessarily, but for the moment, it seems like the passageway has gone quiet once again as you find yourselves here, and your walls are still up. I think the wall of fire is about to come down, but your wall of force would have a few more minutes. Yeah, so you're out of combat. One thing to note, now that time's moving a little bit quicker, Bink and Peter, you are still suffocating.
Everybody all good back there?
Bink like signs that he can't breathe and shows the gills.
Well, get back in the water.
Ew.
Bink just nods his head no. Peter also vigorously nods his head no.
Maybe the
Probably have like a
maybe the
minute
gills
left. We
will go
probably have
away
like a
if you
minute
die.
left.
Maybe the gills will go. Yeah, Lolly will fly back towards everybody,
Mm-hmm.
having not heard a clear and present, yeah, we're all fine.
Bink's just gonna use his endless flask of water, his canter of endless water, and just like pour it on himself. Am I able to breathe if I do that?
Yes, but it's not going to cover you and Peter, because both of you are
So I
suffocating.
cover myself till I have 4 minutes of breathing left, and then I just aim it, and then I just like increase the to like a fountain type of amount towards Peter, and I kind of like aim it at him, and then aim it at me, and then aim it at him.
Okay.
Is this some new kind of game they are playing?
I aim at myself. No, I literally can't breathe without this. They did something to me, now I have gills, and then I aim it back at Peter as I say that.
Can Lalia step up and make a medicine check as to what might be going on here?
Sure.
$18.
Okay. I'll say as you're working on this and Bink has found this way to keep themselves breathing, it's quite apparent that this is going to last more than a few minutes. Lalia, you're able to pinpoint that this is some sort of disease, and your best guess is it's probably, 1d4 hours for
Yeah.
either of them.
Alright. Well, if that's the case, Lalia will take a moment, take a deep breath in, and then whichever one is not getting a face full of water at the moment, she will reach out and tap their shoulder and use 5 points of lay on hands to cure a disease.
Okay. Are you hitting both of them?
Yes.
Okay. So as Lalia tends to you a little bit, you guys feel and you can watch as the gills on Bink's neck begin to recede and turn back into a regular old gnome and griffin neck, and Bink, you are able to now breathe air again.
As she does that, I'm still pouring water on myself, and then I'm suffocating from water for a split. And I go,
But you would all notice at this point that Bink is covered in poop water, so he still smells.
Maybe you should
Bink's
keep
just gonna
aiming.
blast himself with the water.
Yeah. What did Rhaegar try the geyser one at one point or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, Bink feels like doing that, but then he also remembered the pressure of the water and how it actually hurt a little bit, so he ain't gonna do that.
Uh-huh.
So, since when can you cast mage spells, Kelly?
Since I got this hat.
What the heck, guys?
Yep.
I thought you just liked it.
I mean, I do. But it does other cool things too.
Oh, okay. That was helpful.
Well, I saw you throw a rock in there. Is that... That doesn't come back, right?
Nope. It's gone.
So, I assume you can't cast the Wall of Fire again.
Oh no, I can cast it a few more times.
Hmm.
Just not every day for the rest of my life. Only if you, unless my life is very short. Then I could do that.
Oh.
Okay. Well, it was a good idea.
Well, I took it from you.
I don't have that spell, but okay.
Well, you made a wall. So I made a wall.
I did. So, what now? As I peer through the gate.
Mm-hmm. So as you look back, you can see the dragon, who has been concentrating on his spell this whole time. You know, mechanically. He didn't have to make any concentration checks, so he was able to continue his spell. And you guys watch as it's coming to fruition. The spell is concluding, and you watch as this gold metallic band that's across his forehead is just in the process of like separating. Like you stabbed a piece of jelly with a fork, and then you're pulling the fork straight up through all the jelly.
Ew.
That's kind of what it looks like, as this thing is like sloshing out of its head. Because, you know, it's just a dead dragon body. You know, it can be healed. But you watch as these spikes and these thorns that extend out of the circlet into the head are just slowly being forced and ripped out of the skull of this dragon. You catch the very last few seconds as it pops off, and you watch as the little faint magical essence that was being suppressed on the circlet goes completely dim now that it's not on or attuned to anything. The dragon, you see it kind of shake its head, and he looks back at you all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He starts making his way towards you.
With the circlet or without it?
You can see it's kind of just like floating next to him, like he's holding it.
So are you gonna keep that?
I would like to. I figure that's probably how this sovereign was controlling my children, and I'd like to figure out how it works. Undo it for all of them without having to... He kind of taps his skull that looks a little bit like mashed potatoes. Put them through this.
So, does this mean now you're still connected to the ones who don't have that?
I could always hear my children. I could not hear the sovereign, but they could not hear me. So I know much of what's going on, but I was unable to communicate myself.
Okay. What are you going to do now?
Well, I'm going to take some time to recover. I'm not quite sure how to get back to my lair from here. It's been centuries since I've been this high above ground, so I don't really remember the old paths. They've been covered up by these new sewers. So I suppose I will spend some time reorganizing my magic and perhaps find a way to teleport myself versus walking. But that'll take some time. A day at least.
And if these things come after you before the day's end?
Well, now that I don't have that band on my head any longer, I shall be able to defend myself fairly well. See, that suppressed most of my magical ability. It caused me a great bit of my resources to remove it. Teleporting costs just as much for a creature of my size, but I have much of my lower magics available to me, and I think they should suffice for these larvalings they sent.
And so anyone we run across from now on, if they have one of those on them, we view them as an enemy.
Well, I think that certainly depends on yourself. I can tell you, since I've heard quite a bit of chatter from my children since you've been down here, this Lord Cryo... No, that's not quite right. He's dead. Who's the other lord that reigns up above right now that you're so interested in? Yes, Ember. And Lord Ember. Neverember. Yes. He currently carries a circlet. So, if you wish to kill him, that's your own deed, but don't think you need to fear all. Just the fact that they could be turned against you in a moment's notice. I suppose there's a good chance these have been distributed over the realms as well. I've heard of operations set up in this kingdom of Arlani and to the north in Baldur's Gate and many other places, so I can only assume the circlet's being used there as well.
Okay.
You say this is higher up than you have been in many years.
That's correct.
Where are you from? At least not, not originally, but where have you been? Where is it you're going?
Ancient caverns that dwell many miles beneath the surface of this kingdom.
Sounds dark.
Yes, but we have quite a bit of glowing cave moss and the ability to magically infuse things, so we can make light when we need it. What's your interest? I suppose I should question you. You seem to have come here thinking I was this sovereign. Do you intend to destroy the one who has replaced me?
At least him.
Or subjugate.
What?
Well, I shudder to think what the Zentrum have done under his power, under his control.
So, when did he gain control of the Zentrum?
Well, I can tell you this much. This chamber was empty when I was put here. When he gestures about and you see the thousands of dead beholder bodies. Maybe 2 or 3 decades. Easily. Tend to lose count after a while when you barely have consciousness when being controlled or getting your memories read through on a daily basis.
So I guess that would be back before your parents were murdered, huh, Lalia?
Indeed. What to it?
Pardon me. Did you say your parents were murdered by Zentrum?
Yes, by a man named Vashir and his followers. One of the middle managers of your little organization.
I do not know of Vashir, but I do know that murdering innocents is not the Zentrum way.
Ha! Yeah, you have been out of touch for a couple decades.
So he's making my children into murderers, is he?
Or giving murderers a job.
Well, I'm not against that, so long as they don't murder in our name. I suppose there's a lot I'm going to have to fix then, isn't there?
You think it's fixable?
If I need to eat a few of my children to set things right, I'll do it. The Zentrum are not here to kill and pillage. We seek information and power through knowledge. A bit of thieving, sure. Never to disrupt the innocent. You see, a lot of mind flayers get a bad rep in the astral, but I found that it's not always the quickest way to gain power, killing and slaughtering. Sometimes information and
subjugation.
Not quite. I don't really bend others to my will. That's not what I prefer. It takes way too much concentration. I prefer to be the one that holds all the cards, you understand. The proverbial underbelly of the city.
The know-it-all?
Quite. I mean, I am a giant brain, after all.
Hey, whatever you gotta tell yourself.
Yes, the Zentrum controls the secrets, controls the underground trade routes. If things need to be done, we get them done, but we do not murder innocents. We seek to control the lands, influence and money and trading, but that's a longer story and quite a complex system. I wouldn't expect any of you to want to sit here and understand it. It would take quite a while. But knowing what this creature has done to my children certainly upsets me. You lot look like you might be willing to make a deal.
Depends
Bink's
on what
just
you're
scratch.
offering.
Bink's just scratching his butt as he says that.
I will trade you. I'll give you all the information that I know and try and help you and assist you the best I can. And you agree to destroy this creature for me.
I
Destroy
suppose
it.
so.
Oh, kill it!
Yes, quite.
So do you have any information for us currently then?
Certainly. Does that mean we have a deal?
What do you think, Lolly? After all, she is the one who wanted to kill you first.
I don't know that my mind has completely changed on that.
Bink
Though,
also just looks at her and waits for her answer.
though I'm learning through these fellas to let people have a chance to prove they are better than their worst selves. We could make a deal, but I want one thing to be clear.
Name it.
We're not killing this other sovereign for you. We're doing it for the Sword Coast. For our homes and our kingdoms. For the people that we love. If it benefits you, that is a coincidence.
I can certainly respect that, and I care not your reasons as long as he's gone. I have no objections.
I have hesitations, but nothing strong enough to object to.
Wonderful. Well, should this deal come to fruition and you manage to destroy this being, you are more than welcome to attack me then. But at least I can make sure my children are freed from his influence before you slaughter me. I think it'd be a fun fight, Centaur. Perhaps we'll get there someday. In the meantime, I suppose I can start. Give you the information that I have available about what's going on in this little surface world of yours. So, where should I start? Is there anything you'd like me to answer before I tell you what I know?
Are you the one who was blocking communications from this town outward?
No. That is this entity. He seems to have some sort of capability to magically suppress things outside of or inside of a certain area. The Zentrum have eyes across the city, so you're always being watched and you're always being heard. That's something that I set up quite a long time ago. But suppressing magic was not helpful to my cause, as many of my children use magic themselves. So I would not impose that upon these lands.
Do you know what this entity is originally after? Because we've been basically hunting down and killing liches and or other entities very recently. Ryan wanted Egmadu out of the way, so we sent him to the astral plane.
How wonderful. Well, I can tell you that this entity is none of the above. The entity currently claiming to be sovereign is known as an aboleth. I believe what you defended me from and killed were some of his spawn. Those larvalings are no more than a few years old at best. Tell me, what do you know about the aboleths? Anything? Or do you believe them to be myth and legend like most?
I don't know anything about them.
Bink got a pretty close experience. Maybe he learned some things.
They make you grow gills if you get this stuff on you.
Yes, quite. They have a different sort of magic that can cause you to become one of them fairly quickly if you're not careful. Well. Glad to see that you didn't. But I suppose we should start there then. The aboleths themselves are quite ancient entities. You see, before there were gods in this realm of existence, it was ruled by the aboleths. There were many of them, numbering less than 1,000, I'm sure, a few hundred, that were the creators, the rulers, the changers of these realms. Things were much different back then, much less sentient. It's just the aboleths were creating things to serve them and build and destroy as they pleased. Essentially, they were the gods. Within the deities that you now know as gods, decided to take refuge in this realm of existence. The aboleths didn't appreciate that, so they fought. You can guess who won. These gods you now know. It was not an easy victory, and it was not a clean victory, and they were not able to actually kill the aboleths, simply maim them enough to trap them. As you may realize, if there's one of them here, that means there are many more. They're not all on this planet. They were spread out amongst the astral seas. Many of the things that you all recognize as planets, the cores of those planets are made of the bodies of aboleths. They were encased in thousands upon thousands of layers of lava and rock and sediment and water. Eventually, those rocks, those prisons, became habitable and became worlds and planets that creatures and beings live upon, much like this one. So, as you can imagine, for millennia, the gods did not talk about the aboleths. They were written in their ancient tomes that were not generally viewed by mortals. But secrets get out now and then. Now, that brings us to today. It seems somebody, somewhere, managed to dig too deep, or use some newfound magic to release one of these ancient beings from deep within this planet. It's my belief that this was done intentionally. I don't know exactly who, how, or why, but I do know that this creature has been gaining power. Based on this communications, let's say, that I've heard from my children, he made a deal. He made some sort of pact with a god that you may know, this god Tiamat.
Right.
Yes, I believe both of them share a common goal, though I can't imagine the aboleth will let Tiamat live once their deal is complete, but seems they're working towards the goal of reclaiming this plane of existence, taking back all that the aboleth thinks belongs to them, and killing each of the gods.
Right, but Tiamat's goal is to revive her quote-unquote son. So, say she revives her quote-unquote son, could then the aboleth slap on one of those rings as Zan points the ring and take control of the son?
I suppose it's completely possible. I do not know the aboleth's plans, but yes, I would imagine he could probably do so. But this son you speak of, this child of the gods, is instrumental in their plan. You see, Tiamat cannot kill Bahamut, and Bahamut cannot kill Tiamat. That is the biggest struggle in overtaking the pantheon of the gods, as its current head is Bahamut. However, their child has no such restraints on them. I believe they do intend to resurrect this child and use it to kill Bahamut, starting a chain of events allowing them to dethrone any other deity that would stand in their way.
Which brings me back to my original question. If you would keep that, points to the ring again. Because if we were to figure out how it worked and turn the magic to our will, and these two revive the sun, we can then slap that ring on the sun, and he will be ours to murder both the Aboleth and Tiamat.
You want to use the son of the gods against Tiamat? Well, I think you certainly could, though I also beg to differ that the child itself was not evil. I don't think you would need to control it to get it on your side. But if it's your if it's your prerogative to subjugate things, you're welcome to it. But yes, I do intend to keep this circlet myself so that I may understand its powers. Should I find another, I would be happy to give it to you. Unless you have means of finding your own.
I mean, we kinda do. Say, I assume mind flayers are your children.
Most of them, although I suppose if they're out murdering and collecting other individuals, there's probably a slew of them that are not intentionally mine, but I will claim them nonetheless.
On our way to get to this Aboleth and or Tiamat, how do you feel about us murdering Mind Flayer?
Well, considering they've been turned into murderers, that's fine. I'll start over.
Yeah, because I didn't like that one that tried killing me immediately.
Yes,
I
right.
know I was invisible and, like, I was talking like a ghost, but, like, damn, you try to eat my brain right away? Not cool.
And if someone was to be turned into a Mind Flayer, is there any way to turn them back?
There is, but it would require magics of my kin, which I am not powerful enough to perform. None in this realm you live on are powerful enough to perform. There is one that could, though you would have to adventure through the astral sea to try and find them. They've been lost for ages. So, possible? Yes. Plausible? Not really.
After you're turned into a Mind Flayer, do you remember who you are for very long?
Not always. Sometimes the memories stay forever, sometimes they stay for a little while, sometimes they're gone immediately. Really depends on how strong your mind was before you were turned. Though your memories prior to being a mind flayer, are added to the hive mind collection, though we do not know whose they were. They are simply added to our shelves like you would add a book to a library. But there's no author.
So, we've heard of this plan of Tiamat's, but as far as her being active or having followers that we have run into, it's been very scarce in that area. We know this Aboleth is supposedly currently under this city, somewhere down in the depth. It seems like we're fighting a battle on two fronts here. But this party only has 4 to 6 members at any given time. How are we supposed to stop both Tiamat and the Aboleth? Or do we just have to choose one and go from there?
Well, I suppose that's a skill you mortals call prioritizing. All that I can tell you is Tiamat is sealed. It would be a great act to remove her from the Hells while Bahamut was still alive. She is only able to act through agents and followers, of which she does not have many these days, but those she do have tend to be powerful. But it sounds like you have cut off the proverbial right hand by killing this Lord Cryo, and I'm assuming you paid enough attention to remove his phylactery.
Definitely.
Wonderful. And I suppose you would have much less to worry about her for now until she can manage to rise up some other devils to replace him, which could take weeks, months, days, years. It's hard to say. I don't know how the Hells work necessarily, but you may have a reprieve from her onslaught for a bit. Though freeing her from that prison is not impossible while Bahamut lives, I would have to imagine they're probably focusing on taking him out before freeing Tiamat, and I hesitate to believe that this Aboleth will hold up to his end of the deal and free Tiamat from her cage, but what do I know? Perhaps he does intend to keep her alive. But all of that shouldn't matter a whole lot. It's my understanding that the only way to awaken this child is with a ancient artifact. So as long as you don't let them get a hold of that, you should be fine for a while.
Calliope smiles.
Well, you said even the gods could not kill this Aboleth, correct? They sealed them away.
That is correct. Though when that happened, the gods were very weak. It took thousands of the gods in order to destroy or bring down the Aboleths, and as you may have noticed, there's only a few dozen left. So it took a great deal of sacrifice. And this aboleth is not nearly as powerful as it was then. It has not had enough time to really regain its strength yet. And killing some of its larvae will certainly help.
So, in theory, we could kill them.
At the very least, you could force it back into confinement. But yes, I believe it is possible to kill the aboleths.
Do you happen to know where it was confined at?
I do not. It was not my purview to free a legend, mythical type creature that one didn't think existed. Didn't want to bring that upon myself. I can only imagine somewhere deep within the world there are many caves and dungeons and mines that delve deep. I suppose, given its proximity and the fact that it's decided to take up my old residence, it may have come from under the castle. I believe Neverwinter Castle was built on a fount of magical energy that resided over a deep ocean, almost. A subterranean lake that went many thousands of miles down towards the core of the earth. Perhaps somebody went down there a little too far, or figured out they were close to unearthing something. So perhaps that's where he was resting, though he no longer resides there. He now sits
obviously,
on my
I mean,
throne.
that would be too easy.
Certainly.
Have you ever seen this obelisk?
I have not. I was blind when he managed to overtake me. Their magics are not natural. They have their own way. See, the magics that we use, the magics that you and your companion use, are generally granted to you by the divine, or your own personal magic, all of which was brought to these worlds by the gods you now know and serve. The ley lines of magic across these lands are powered by their divinity. The magics that the aboleths use is their own. It is ancient and predates any magics we currently know and use.
Now, the Mind Flayer we talked to, right? He had on one of those, but he wasn't allowed to leave the city. Was that your magic or an obelisk magic?
Oh, I believe that's the magic of those circlets. I think that's part of it. Some sort of leash.
Would it stand to reason that the roots that this obelisk has placed in both Baldur's Gate and Arlani have the same type of leashing to the citizens there?
I know not, but I would assume there's probably a similar effect on anyone in those lands wearing a circlet.
So you've never seen him. But other than, we just know he might be down here somewhere in the maybe area. Do you have guesses as to which direction he might be in?
Well, I can tell you, as long as I wore that circlet, I felt a connection to him. And it was down. I no longer feel that connection now that you have allowed me the time to remove this, but even moments before, I could still feel him below me. I'd say as he should be, but I like to be down there.
Well, it just seems like we're going to have to wander through these sewers a bit longer until we can find a path down.
Sounding like it.
Yes. Well, I suppose maybe you should find somebody that knows these sewers. Perhaps they can lead you. I know my children sometimes would come through here. Most of the times they use the portals that we created, but when the need arose, there were passages that led from my home to these sewers. I know not where they would be, but perhaps one of your surface beings or sewer dwellers here might have a clue. It was probably covered in illusion or protected or guarded by my children, so I think you'll know when you find it.
I guess another question, not pertaining to any of what we have been talking about. Say we destroyed the phylactery, but a piece of a lich's soul went into somebody and was then cleansed through use of a protection from good and evil spell. Would that soul be able to remain attached? Is that person still in danger?
Is this something that has happened?
Yes.
Curious. Quite curious. That's a good question. All I can tell you is that two souls cannot fully inhabit one body. I suppose if you're able to stave off the influence long enough for the child to be born and be granted its access to the soul it was destined to have, that the Lich would then be unable to claim it, though I'm sure there might be some part of the child's mind that could still connect to that piece of soul, and perhaps like a voice in your head, that piece would always be there. But I don't know for sure. That's not something I've ever heard of happening, and I'd be quite curious to study it. Would you mind telling me who this child is? Or where I might find them?
Not currently. If the child's destiny goes towards the dark side, then I might be able to tell you.
Alright. Well, perhaps at the end of our deal, if you don't see me as such a crooked and evil man, being, thing, Perhaps you'd at least keep me updated on their progress. I'd love to know what it means.
We'll see.
Certainly. Well, I will pay you handsomely for any information. I'm sure you can understand that. But beyond that, is there anything else I could answer for you?
In your connection to your followers, did the name Heck come up at all?
Yes, I believe so. I believe he was a centaur that was turned into an astral being. Not unlike a mind flayer, but I believe his purpose and the reason he was given the body that he was given was so that he could be a messenger between the Aboleth and the gods. See, mind flayers don't do so well trying to live in areas of divinity. Even the hells are considered divinity to a certain extent, but the chambers that Tiamat is kept in is flooded with divine essence, as that's what her cage is made from, so Mind Flayer wouldn't really hold up very well in that area, so that is why Heck was given the body he was. It's my understanding that he was the who is it, Icarus? Do your people talk about? The messenger. Hermes, there you go, that one. See, only so much can be said mentally or over sending and spells of that nature. Sometimes something physical needs to be sent or received. I believe it was his job to carry out those tasks.
Interesting.
Why? Do you have a particular interest in him?
Yes, a very deep interest in his death. Is he dead?
As far as I know, he's still alive and breathing.
And being an astral being has no effect on his mortality, yes?
Not that I know of.
Wonderful.
So you're going to shoot the proverbial messenger?
I was
Well,
thinking of lopping his
actual
head
messenger.
off, but
Well, that sounds wonderful. I haven't had the chance to study many astral beings. Say, could I pay you to bring me his body when you're done with it?
I want to take payment up front because I can't promise there will be anything left of him when I'm done with it. But if there is and I feel like it, then I will maybe consider that.
Wonderful. It'd be a pleasure to add that to my knowledge. Well, sounds like we've set up quite a few deals here. I cannot wait for these all to come to fruition. Now, I need rest. I need to prepare myself for travel of some sort. Any other questions before I sulk into a corner?
No, not currently. It's too bad we don't have Aiden here. I'm sure he has questions, but
Yeah. Well, you know, he
Yeah,
wanted
have all
so
the
badly
things.
to.
Well, I shall be here if you have more questions in the future, I suppose. You can communicate with me telepathically, as I've already connected our minds.
Oh, great. More voices in my head.
Yes, isn't it just the best? You have an audience at all times.
so what are we supposed to call you if not the Sovereign then?
You may call me my given name.
My given name is a really weird thing to call somebody.
I was getting to it. It is ebbed. Shall I spell it for you, Centaur?
No, I think I got it. Unless there's like a silent Q in there or something.
No, it is EBD.
EXQUIZR
Right.
OO umlaut.
The number 2. Hashtag ampersand. D. Well, good luck on your travels. I hope you find somebody that can assist you in navigating these dungeons.
Yeah.
Get on with it then. He turns and starts to just walk away.
Good.
And then we focus back on you guys.
Well, since you've spent time down here, Callie, I guess you'll lead the way for now.
Am I looking for somebody specific?
No, but I would suppose we're just searching the sewers down here for any sort of cave-in or way to get lower.
I will say, Callie, this conversation and being told to go find somebody that might know this area does ring a bell for you a little bit. You do know of an individual that you've run into down here that while you were here to explore and to find rat bones and kind of just
Tell scary stories to myself.
be a child in the sewers,
We
this gentleman seemed to live down here and seemed to you would see him frequently updating maps
okay.
as things in the sewers changed. He was not hostile. He wasn't the friendliest guy. He was kind of grumpy. But you would at least know of this gentleman that you had run into who might be a good place to start. And you would know that he is a turtle.
Oh boy. I think I know a guy.
I'm glad.
Shall we?
Yep.
Alright. Calliope will start leading the way through the sewers looking for a turtle.
Cool. I would say some other things to keep in mind is you know that there are establishments down here that you didn't go to as a child.
Right.
But that there are people there always, and they're probably good areas for information.
Yeah.
And I can go over that with you a little bit off stream as well, because I think we'll call it there.
Alright.
We're pretty close to 6, and this will give us a chance in case Aiden makes it back next week. We can answer some of his questions before we go too far.
Yep.
And I can make sure I got the dungeon plotted out. Cool. Well, I think that'll be it for the stream. So we'll plan on coming back next week, I believe.